Hi, salam sejahtera, Marcel. So before we start the interview session, Marcel, we would like to introduce ourselves to you. My name is Muhammad Daniel bin Zamuddin, and
I am Razal Nakib Daniel bin Ghazali.
we are a student from College Professional Mara, Sri Iskandar. We are a DEC student, which is a diploma in English communication. So today the interview session is about a course or a subject that we are currently learning, which is pragmatic. So we find it that you are might be the suitable candidate for this interview session because as I've known you, you are from Sarawak, and so the interview session will be doing in English. So there are five main questions that will be asked to you. So you may answer those five questions freely. And also in this interview session, Marcel, there are no right or wrong answers. So you may freely answer the questions being asked based from your perspective and also from your personal experience. So if you are ready, we may start the interview session right now.
Oh, yes, we read.
All right. So in that case, we'll start the interview session. Again, hi, Marcel. Thank you for joining us today in doing this interview session. And the interview session is being recorded. So today, um, we will be interviewing you as a friend and also as my former colleague, which we used to work together in Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Because I think that you and I have been working in a quite big environment that includes in multicultural environments, especially for you who are grown up in Sarawak and then moved to Kuala Lumpur, uh, that you need to adapt from different, culture, different differences between the Sarawakian and also people that are living in Kuala Lumpur. So we have some quite common knowledge about adapting ourselves to people that we encounter every day. Especially we are working in an international airport. Like every day we meet up with thousands of people from around the globe or around the world. So I think that um, this interview session will be quite interesting for us. And the purpose for this interview is for us and also for the audience that will be looking back to this recording is to explore intercultural communication issues from a real life perspective, which is from yourself, and then focusing on pragmatics such as communication style, slang, and also non-verbal communication. And lastly is context. So before we begin our interview session, we could you like introduce yourself briefly? I mean, like where you come from and how old are you? I mean, like your past working experience. So you may introduce yourself to us.
All right. So first of all, hi, and thank you for inviting me for this interview. So my name is Marshall Ng Himing. This year I'm 25 years old. I was born in Miri, Sarawak, and I'm a Chinese mixed Iban, and I'm a Christian. So currently, I've been moving to KL for a year now, and I'm working in Kuala Lumpur International Airport for 5 years. So that's quite about me life, and I think that I'm the most suitable candidate for you lah for this interview.
Okay, thank you, Marcel, for a brief introduction of yourself. So if you are ready, we may begin with the five main questions that will be asked.
Yes, we can.
All right. So let's begin with communication styles in intercultural communication. Your question is how do variations in communication style influence the way people use their language when communicating with others, especially in our country, which is Malaysia, because we have different ethnicity. We have Chinese, we have Malay, we have Indian. So, how do you think that variation in communication style influence how the way people communicating using their language?
All right. So for me, communication style are very different depending on the culture, the location. Since Malaysia have so many ethnicity, so in Sarawak, people are usually more relaxed and friendly way of style. And in Kuala Lumpur, since I moved here, for me it's still fast and direct communication style for me.
Okay, that's quite interesting. I mean, like, have you noticed any differences? I mean, between Sarawak and other parts of Malaysia, like Kuala Lumpur. Maybe, like, can you give a real example from your experience? Also, maybe how did you respond to that situation? Maybe did it cause any misunderstanding when you know when you are trying to communicating with people from other ethnicity, let's say from Indian people? Yeah, maybe you could tell us a little bit.
Okay, so for me, the most common experience maybe so can ever face uh when we order something from the restaurant, like in for example, if I want to order the tea ice, but in Sarawak we will call it like teh or peng. We use peng, but in here we use teh or ice. So when I order teh or peng, they will look like confused. What what drink did I order for cause because of just one simple word. The one as I very noticed lah when I first come around here, when I would try to adapt, still trying to adapt to the language and everything, how which word that I use for them to understand.
Yeah, okay. I think that must be frustrating for you, especially when you first time moved to Kuala Lumpur. Well, that's actually quite interesting to hear. Now let's move to a more informal aspect of communication. So, for the next part is about slang and humor. Marcel, the question is that, do you think slang words or humor can be understood, by different people from maybe Sarawakian slang or Chinese slang, or maybe like from Malay slang, because as you also speak Bahasa Melayu also. So, do you think slang words or humor can be understood by different people in Malaysia?
Uh, for me, slang and humor can be understood, but it will take time for they to understand it because uh, be, uh because of the different background, different slang, different dialect we use.
Okay. Um, can you give an example of slang that caused confusion? Maybe what happened during that situation? And was it resolved immediately or did it take time? And how did people react towards it? Maybe you could like memorize again when we first time meet up, as especially I'm from Selangor, I live in Kuala Lumpur, I'm also Malay and you are from Sarawak. Maybe the first time that we meet up each other, maybe there's a confusion between both of us, maybe like a language barrier, certain humors that might not be understand when you are trying to communicate with me. Maybe you have a memory, a part of that when we first time meet up together.
Yes, actually I do have, because okay, in Sarawak we use kame to calling ourselves. Kame is me in Sarawak, and then kita is kamu, you. Kita is to calling you. But during our first encounter, I accidentally call, like, for example, I like kita mau pergi sini. That's mean you want to go where? But you misunderstood me and you say kita in Malay kita is we. You thought we you I'm bringing you together with me. While my question is only asking you going to where. So that one is the our first encounter during working together, and also uh the moment that I remember is uh in Sarawak we use cigarettes, we call siguk, but in here maybe they will call another like smoking, just like the barasap, something like. So if if one time I accidentally, because I forget, I'm still addicting to for Kuala Lumpur culture, that I accidentally bring saying to you that, hey, let's go siguk, but then they will give me the confused expression like, what what is this guy's talking about? But and then we just have to explain to them the what's that mean, and then they will understood. Next time they will understand.
Well, that's quite and also interesting sharing, because I remember a lot of things back then when we first, being friends, we misunderstood a lot. I mean, certain things when I'm trying to, saying to you, and then you misunderstood that the opposite side of it. Maybe like, let's say I say, Jom, you thought that I was inviting you to go somewhere, but actually I was, leaving, going back because it's already finished. I already finished my work.
Yes,
So
I
the first time is quite, it's quite funny, actually, if I remember again. Well, thank you for that quite engagement response. Um, Now we may move to the next question, which is to a non-verbal communication, which is also very important in pragmatics, the subject that we are currently learning. So, um, the first question is regarding about eye contact. Question is about how does eye contact affect communication between people from Malay, Sarawak, or Chinese backgrounds, all from different ethnicity. Let's say, as we are working in KLIA, we have Chinese, Indian, Sabahan. So how do you think that eye contact affect communication between people from Malay, Sarawak, or Chinese, or different ethnicity background?
So okay, personally for me, eye contact is very important because we can understand the reaction, the uh the body language, everything. Because different cultures sometimes may have different view about eyes contact. Maybe some of the ethnicity or another culture not very into maybe they avoid for eye contact. Yeah, because sometimes eye contact is a sign like confident or respect something. So for me, eye contact is very important for us to understand another background person that you don't understand.
And how about, do you think eye contact has different meaning in, different culture, or have you ever felt uncomfortable or misunderstood because of eye contact? And maybe how did you handle it? When in certain situation, maybe you felt uncomfortable. What do you think about that?
To be honest, yes, sometimes eye contact makes us like feel anxious or embarrassed sometimes, but uh, it depends on the what's the occasion. So if it's like for me working as a customer service, eyes contact is very important for me since we have language barrier and everything. But for casual like friend everything, it's more like a simple thing lah. It's not that.
Okay, okay. Thank you for a brief I also intel regarding about the topic eye contact. Um, Next, I will hand over the questions that will be asked with my colleague, which is Rosanna Cape. We continue with another important non-verbal aspect, which is facial expression. Just now we talk about eye contact, and right now the questions will be asked relates to facial expression. So, Nakip, you may ask.
Okay, hi Marcel. Okay, now if you're ready, can we move on to the next question?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, for the fourth question, which is facial expression, I want to ask you and I want to learn more about you and your culture. So my question is, do you think facial expression can carry different meanings in different cultures during communication?
Yes, for me, facial expression can have many different meaning because different culture, different background. Sometimes like I have many kind of ethnicity friends, so sometimes this friend is different meaning facial expression, and another friend is different facial expression. So I think yes, can the facial expression can bring different meanings.
Okay, that's very quite understandable because yeah, in Malaysia, especially in KLIA, there's a lot of different cultures, sometimes a foreigner that you may encounter. So I want to ask you, can you share an experience where someone misunderstood your facial expression or where you misunderstood someone else?
Uh s- so yeah, from my experience, this one is mostly I almost encounter because in Kuala Lumpur International Airport, as you know, this is international airport, and also the workers, the colleagues that work together with us have many kind of ethnicity. So I work with Malays, I work with Indians, I work with Chinese, I even work with my own self again. So for facial expression, uh from my experience, sometimes if I do focus on my works, I may look serious on my face, but I'm actually just focusing on my work. I'm not stressing. I'm not angry to anyone or someone. But started the colleague, we said, why your face is so angry? They are afraid to approach me. So I said, Ash, I'm just focusing on my work. I'm not angry on or anything toward anyone. So uh that's part of my experience lah for facial expression. And also I've met like Indian. Sometimes they also have like relaxed expression or something. When they what this is from what I saw. Uh when customer uh angry toward them or shout to them, but their face is very calm, very relaxed from, and I always misunderstood, like, are they not even angry, or maybe sometime if someone's talking to us, of course we are embrace or side the facial expression will explain everything. But afterward, after the situation, everything is up. I asked my friend, the Indian friend, are you not even angry? He said, I'm really angry. But I said, why your face is very relaxed? It's like you not even uh not even have a feeling. So, but after they say just they are very angry, but they are doing our work. So facial expression is very important lah. Toward even toward customer, even toward guests, and even to our own friends.
Okay. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that statement just now because certain times also I have encountered with certain people, that have, anger issue, they misunderstood us. And Maybe like they question why the procedure at the airport is quite frustrating for them, but we have no um, power in controlling that, and we have to just like listen to them. Either they are angry or they are saying harsh word, bad words towards us. But our job at that time is just to stay calm, even though our inside we are a lot of things about that.
But some of the colleague also have the facial expression that or
It was very tiring for us back then, where we had to work like double shifts, we stay
yes,
up till late night and then the next day get back to work, and then meeting up with people, every day the same procedure.
for different country.
Yeah, the same rotation, and we have to just like adapt and adjust ourselves. And lastly,
Just
lastly it's about because it is our job as
yes,
civil service.
the customer service that is what we face.
We are the icon of the airport, so we have to show our guests
Yeah.
that we are, quite professional in handling, certain situations like that. Yeah, it's quite interesting, so you may proceed again, like
So that's all my experience for you lah. For your question, sorry.
Okay. This is my last question regarding the facial expression. This is just my personal question that I want to ask you.
Mm-mm.
So I want to ask you this. What did you learn from that situation? Because
Mm-mm.
I want to learn, and I hope the audience that watch this video may, they will not miss. They will skip it. They will gain something.
So for me sometimes you just have to don't judge from the facial expression. Don't judge the book by the cover, right?
Yes.
So maybe you just ask them are they okay or something. But maybe the face the looks angry, but actually they are very friendly, very calm person. Yes.
Okay. Okay, Marcel, may I ask you one last question about the regarding the facial expression again? I want to ask you the most interesting experience at KLIA.
Uh-uh. For a kid, the most interesting actually is quite, but the most interesting is the first time I meet your friend. Wow. S- Yeah, because we walk on the same station because every operation shift of course have many station, right? So on that time we walk on the same station. And we one day we will work for 12 hours, but then for the first time when I meet him, his face looks very angry. I'm not even want to approach him. I thought he was not a friendly person and everything. And he even know what to talk to me, and he didn't even approach me. So during the first meet, I just we work for 12 hours. I think only the last few hours. Then I try to approach him for because yes, anyway how I have to adapt to the to my colleague and everything, to the situation, everything, right? Even if I'm misunderstood or don't understand them, but then I try to approach him, and actually he's very friendly, he's very calm. Until now we are still friends. I think almost 7 years already. Yeah. So it,
yeah, that's quite interesting. Actually, the first time when I saw him, I immediately say to myself like, "Who is this guy? I've never seen his face, at work." And like he mentioned earlier, we will be working for 12 hours, but the last 4 to 5 hours before we ended our shift and our work, this guy bravely approached me and then like introduced himself. At that time, I was like just being a normal, normal people. You just want to
yes, normal
have
people.
conversation, and that
Yeah.
actually surprised me that after been working in Kuala Lumpur International Airport, I've actually found someone that I've known better, and we end up being good friends. We are being best friends. We even hang out together after we finish our work. It does, yeah,
Always.
no matter what's the time, the place, we will set up the date and we will just like meet up each other and hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, go hang out together.
Even now, if you on your summer, sorry, on your break, same break, also we meet up. Yeah.
Yeah, after, I mean, like, for almost 2 years, 2 years
Yeah.
past, I've been studying. I've been resigned from the work, from our job last time, but we end up still being good friends till this day. We have the strong connection bonds. That actually is quite interesting because I also, have new friends, from Sarawak, and it's actually a good memorable for me. And I am lucky enough, to get to know you better. Since that day, I know that you are a good person. And I've never been happier when I first met with you, when we, get to know each other. So the next day and the 4 upcoming weeks after that, the 12 hours working session has been, yeah, always together. And because we also go break together from those 12 times of our shifts. It feels like only 3 hours because we common and usually hang out together, and we just like ha- help each other during work. So it's quite a memorable thing for me. Yeah. Thank you so much, Marcel.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's my answer for your question lah. So you can see how the facial expression is important. You don't have to judge. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is really never judge someone by its cover because now his best friend, right? Okay. Let's move on to our final question, which is question number 5.
Mm-mm.
Mm, uh, the the importance of context in communication.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. So for my question is, why do you think understanding cultural context is important during communication with people from different backgrounds?
So okay, for me, understanding uh cultural context is important because it's help us to understand and communicate clearly and avoid misunderstanding during our like working with our colleague and with talking with our different background, different ethnic brand. So for me, it's very important because it's help us to communicate better.
Okay, Marcel, can you share a real situation where context help avoid misunderstanding?
So for me, from my past experience, like I say, uh be, to understand the different content, different style. Uh, as you can see, he's become my best friend already because it's helped to build better relationship, better teamwork, uh, and like to respect another culture, to respect another ethnicity, to respect another style, communication style, how this ethnic communication, how this one. So for me, it's already helped me improve much and to adapt in Kuala Lumpur since I'm a Sarawakian working here.
Mm. Okay, Marcel, what I want to ask you this question because for our audience and our friends who want to work in a place where there are a lot of different cultures, s-
Mm-mm.
what advice would you give to other people who works in multicultural environment for those who want to work in especially in KLA like yourself who's been working for 5 years? Do you have any advice to help them approach some other culture, the foreigner, the everything anyone.
So for me, the most important lesson that I can share or that I have learned is to respect different culture, or don't judge a person too quick. And then of course we have to be open mind, uh because in Malaysia, we have different ethnicity, different culture. Even if you want to work in international operation, I mean, you will meet more international people from another country, from like now almost most highest tourists from China. They sometimes quite harsh, but sometimes they are nice also. So for me, the advice I can give is don't don't judge from the facial expression. Then don't judge them when you don't understand the language, because of different background, different ethnics, mostly like us from Sarawakian. uh then what can I say is kept us in to adapt with you guys, because uh we been more love to explore your another culture. Let's go.
Well, as for me also, I would like to share some advice regarding this question. Another thing is that we need to be strong. We need to have patience in everything we do, because we are working in international operations. There are a lot of ethnicity, not just in our country, Malaysia. We will encounter people like from China, from Korea, from Russia, because we are working in airports, so we will be certain times we will encounter with uh flight attendant from maybe Netherlands, that is flying in KLM, or maybe from the United Kingdom, flight attendants that are working with British Airways. So they did not understand our culture properly, so we also maybe not understanding about how they communicate and their culture. So we have to have patience, and we need to be strong to face in such environment and such uh, critical environment. Certain times, maybe like when an emergency happen, we need to stay professional, and we need to have um, no a responsibility in working in such an environment. I mean, like, I think you also can relate to yourself, because not every day is the same story in the same story. Not everything is the same story at the airport. Every day is a different story. Every day is a different challenge. So, number one, we must be strong and have like patience. Yes. Sorry. Final questions.
Okay, I I hope that advice from both of you can help a lot the audience, a lot of my friends who want to try their best at the international place such as KLIA and anything lah. So I thanks both of you because for sharing the advice to the audience. Okay, for my final question, Marcel,
Easy.
based on your experience, what is the most important lesson you have learned about intercultural communication? The most important one.
So the most important lesson, like I said, will be like, because of different cultures and everything, we have to learn to respect, because not everyone is the same, same expression, same communication style with us. But we just have to keep an open mind, uh, and deep communication lah for me. Cause for us, like in during colleagues or you serve a customer or guest, everything is everything is crucial. So you need to uh is learn to respect the culture because uh different country also different spine. Yeah, always respect the culture.
Well, okay, I think that's basically all of our questions. Thanks a lot for sharing your thoughts, Marcel. It's been a long time since we meet up each other, and thank you so much for spending your time and sharing with us your personal experience and experiences. Your insights and informations are very valuable. I think very valuable for our study on pragmatics and intercultural communication because this is such an interesting subject also if you want to know because actually because we are from different backgrounds, we are from different ethnicity. So the main problem is about language. Certain times we have language barrier. It involves about body language, eye contact, facial expression. So if we study about pragmatics and intercultural communication, we may understand more better about the social environment surrounding us. Uh, Not everyone has the ability, to um, has the interest to get know about this purpose. The especially in pragmatics and intercultural communication. So that's why the when we heard all over the news, people are fighting over because certain issues, small issues, they actually. Yeah, when we look back, it's actually just misunderstanding from both parties. So end up they fight with each other. So as we are living in Malaysia, we are a diverse country. We have a lot of ethnic and we have a lot of people from different religion. So we need to learn about each other because we are not just only one ethnicity. We have a lot of tons of ethnicity, including the indigenous people, which is orang asli. So we need to take account everything because we are living in the same country. Kita satu Malaysia, we need to respect each other. We need to understand each other. We need to study about each other a little bit so that we may live in a more peaceful environment and harmony. We want to reduce the issues regarding that happens in our country, even though in politics and in politics, from different government, in the past. So we want to reduce and we want to create a better future for our country. So I think this subject is quite very important for all of us, none of the less. Well, again, we would like to gratitude and thank you again for taking up some of your time. I know that you are quite busy with certain things, and we do really appreciate you for having this interview session with us. Uh, we also apologize for any inconvenience happen. So I think that um, by doing this interview session, it will be a quite interesting recording session for us and also for the rest of our classmates to learn about your culture, especially your point of view from a Sarawakian, and also you are mixed Chinese, you have quite both sides from Chinese and Iban also and Sarawak, and then moving to Kuala Lumpur, having to adapt with the city, with the how people in the city communicate, their slang, their humor, maybe their tone of voice, especially maybe when they are being sarcastic. So you it will take some time for you, I think, in the first time when you first move to Kuala Lumpur trying to adapt, and I think it must be quite challenging for you. But nonetheless, we have to endure that challenge, and this is all part of being an adult, being a grown up people. So lastly, we would like to thank you again. Thank you so much for spending your quality time with us for to do this interview session. We hope to have another session with you in the upcoming for maybe different purpose on other topics or different subject and assignment. So, Marcel, if you may, do you maybe like have anything to say? Maybe.
Yeah.
Uh,
So first of all, thank you, and thank you also for inviting me for this interview section. From me, I hope from what I share, I can give you a different perspective of communication, how you communicate to people. Because what's the words? Communication is the key. I hope from what I share, I can help you to understand more what communication, how is communication very important to us with a different language, different culture, different ethnicity. So thank you again for inviting me for this interview. I had so much fun interviewing with you both, and yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
okay, Marcel, I think I owe you a glass of teh tarik dekat bawah.
Paying or tarik ice.
Teh tarik mana-mana pun boleh. Okay, Marcel, thank you. Jumpa nanti. Alright, thank you, Zel.